Hey, good morning. Welcome to Rock Studios. This is Mark McCam. I'm the Regional Sales Director for our Market Access team, which means that I work with our distributors and our systems integrator partners that are delivering Rockwell solutions around the country. Today I'm joined by Brian Lester from Audubon Engineering based in Houston, Texas. We're going to be talking about integrated control and safety systems in the oil and gas industry. Brian, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Mark. It's great to be here.
Excellent. So Brian, before we dive in, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and about Audubon?
So Audubon was founded in 1997 by three guys in their house that wanted to have, they saw a niche in the market of developing some tailored engineering and high efficiency. Since then, it's been 27 years, and we've grown to over 2,000 employees. We're a full EPC company, full engineering disciplines, construction management, skid manufacturing, panel manufacturing, all throughout. I've been with Audubon now for 17 years. I moved down from Canada, where I was doing aerospace and automotive manufacturing as well. So it was a real learning experience doing the oil and gas. But Audubon's been fantastic, and we're in all different types of industries now, not just oil and gas as well. So we're into renewables, petrochem, food and bev, all across all gambits. So.
Got it. Excellent. Yeah. So wide variety of applications, eh?
Yeah.
So, all right. So I appreciate you giving me some background. So you described Audubon as kind of a integrated EPC and systems integration company. Yes. Can you tell me a little bit about why that's unique and what kind of value it provides to your customers?
Yeah, so aside from a traditional engineering firm or EPC, we have a large systems integration department in-house, and we find that there's a lot of benefits and value we can add to the customers, where we can get in on the front part of a project where normally systems integrator wouldn't be invited to per se, and help drive the design, which helps prevent late stage changes. Once, say, a Mac or a systems integrator would get involved in the project and realize that their solution wouldn't fit and whatnot. So it's a really unique situation. And then outside of that, we still go to market as just a systems integrator. So we work independently and get just systems integration projects. Doesn't always have to be full EPC. But what we can do with those opportunities, if we see holes in projects, we can bring in our colleagues, a process engineer, electrical engineer. They're just down the hall from us and on speed dial at all times. So we can help fully round out a project and just execute more efficiently and resolve issues before they become issues.
Yeah, excellent. Unique. I like it. If you were to boil that down and talk specifically about what does that engagement look like in an oil and gas project?
With Audubon, we've done several large FPU projects now.
And FPU, just for
floating production unit.
Got it.
So deep water, the big boys, and where we find the efficiencies in a project like that. Again, being up front, I can work with the engineers and designs and expedite the configurations, programming. I can get ahead before, say, things are necessary and official deliverable. And I can work with our instrumentation group and get custom technologies put in there early on in the project. And the other benefits is just bringing in all those technologies, getting the space you need, and we can expedite the projects that much faster. Where we've been successful with that is, so for an example, our first production unit that we did, we executed the project in 3 years, where normal traditional from start of feed to first oil would maybe be 6 years. So revolutionized the industry. Since then, it's a real cool stat when we're preparing for this that I was given. So Audubon has been awarded the engineering design in over 50% of the new FPUs within the Gulf of Mexico.
50%?
50%.
That's a big
since
number.
2021.
And is that because of the time that you're able to shrink up for some of these projects?
Right, exactly. So, we can execute faster, which reduces costs. And then what that helps is where there may be a field where the production levels aren't quite there to make it, say, economical to produce in the past, we can actually go and get the production out of there cheaper and makes now all of a sudden those developments profitable for those customers. So it's picking up heads of steam. We're currently, I think we have 4 in-house that we're working on right now simultaneously, and like several more in the pipeline already.
Well, that's excellent. It sounds like you have a proven methodology to do this kind of work. So tell me, maybe final question. So why choose to partner with Rockwell? Why use PlantPAx for these applications?
Yeah, so when I first did the first initial design for the FPU, I've been a Rockwell user for a long period of time, but as well as a systems integrator, we have availability to all the different systems. So I sat down and evaluated, did the pros and cons list of everything. And Rockwell came out heads and shoulders above everyone else just for the seamless integration, being able to one supplier for a system that I knew played well together. The support that Rockwell has of their systems and the availability that I had to engineers to help me solve maybe some of my biggest problems. The integration capabilities across the gamut of going all the way from the sensor up to the CEO's desk with and doing the whole data train throughout and be able to keep that fidelity all the way through the process was much simpler, in the integration with those enterprise level tools to get those KPIs that everyone wants these days. So it ended up being a no-brainer. As well, one of the ways we execute these projects to help expedite speed is we have a lot of packaged vendors. Just like any major facility, they would have the packaged vendors. Well, I can easily spec out a Rockwell, a ControlLogix PLC, and I know it's going to seamlessly integrate to my system. The skid manufacturer is going to have the expertise needed to be able to deliver that product easily versus, say, a big DCS system that they're not going to be able to do. And then so integration just gets that much more complicated, converters and stuff where I know I can plug it in and I know it's going to work. I may not see that until a couple months before startup. Yeah. And I have confidence that it'll just plug and play.
And even understand physical space is a difference too when you think about these floating production.
Yeah, the distribution that we can do with the I/O and have panels out in the field and you can have smaller concentrations of I/O points to keep the junction boxes smaller and distribute the network. As well, like some of these facilities, so not only do we do the greenfield projects, but we'll do brownfield. And I've done several major upgrades in those facilities, and it's easy just to break in, add some new remote I/O to the facility, and start up. Like we can do it without a shutdown, right? If they really want to do all that. So the ease of expandability, keeping current with upgrades, you can modularize them, take segments to upgrade where you're not having to take a huge outage and cost millions of dollars just to upgrade. You can chunk it up into smaller pieces to keep everything up to date. You don't have to do these big obsolescence projects anymore.
Excellent, totally makes sense. Well, Brian, thanks so much for being here today. Thanks for sharing your experience. It was we appreciate your partnership, and we'll look forward to enjoying the rest of the show. For our audience, you feel free to chat in questions. We can get back to the answers later. There will be a link connecting if you want to learn more about integrated control and safety in oil and gas applications at the bottom of the post. So thank you very much. All right, appreciate it.
Thanks, Bart. That's excellent.